Hi guys, and welcome to my first edition, my first entry into Tom's Dart Diary. My Dart Diary is just going to be a collection of my thoughts, my experiences, my tips, although full disclosure, I'm not a very good player. I am a beginner. And this Dart Diary is going to kind of capture all those moments as I go along. Now, however, full disclosure, I've already said that. Anyway, full disclosure, I'm rubbish at doing this stuff, so I'm an amateur, and it will just be me talking to you about some stuff about darts because I'm obsessed. I did start playing darts actually around 5 months ago, so we're in May now, so January, so 5 months. And I couldn't be bothered to do this, to be honest. But I really wanted to, but I couldn't be bothered. But I really wanted to, so I'm doing it now. And here it is, but it's a bit late. However, I will go back in time, talk about when I first bought my first board, my first darts, how I started, what got me interested. I'm going to go through all that stuff at the beginning in the first few episodes, entries, and I'll kind of be going back in time up until today, and then I can continue on where I am now. So I'm going to start with this episode by telling you why I got into darts, what got me hooked. So as I said, I started playing properly in January 2025. However, my story does go back further than that. It goes back to when I was like 15, 16, and I started playing darts. In school with a mate. Only one mate was really interested. However, that lasted about a month, maybe 2 months before I get bored, playing on my own, throwing darts at a board. Kind of can be a little bit uninspiring, to be honest, for me. I need to play someone. So that didn't last, 15, 16. Then again, 4 years ago, during lockdown, my friend got a dartboard and got a really nice setup, and you're going to learn this about me. I'm a little bit nuts. I go through phases, and when I get something in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, I love it, I'm going to do it, and I throw all my energy into it. So yeah, he got a dartboard setup, and I really liked the way it looked. Not the darts, I actually liked the background. He did loads of lush palette wood on the wall, his board, his light, and I was like, oh yeah, I want some of that. So 4 years ago, I got my dartboard. I put some wooden pallets on the wall, reclaimed pallet bits of wood, stuck my dartboard up, stuck a light up, and then I played for about a month, 2 months. Then I got bored. Throwing darts at the wall because it was just me. So that's my background. And then in January this year, like everyone else, watched the World Championships, watched Luke win his title, amazing, was blown away by this kid and how good he was, how charismatic he was. I thought, I'm gonna have another throw, but something changed, and that thing that changed for me was the discovery of apps and playing online against other people. I had no clue you could do that, and that totally changed it. So the first app I started playing on and found was Dartsmind. You do have to pay for it. It was $12.99, or is $12.99 a year. But for that $12.99, you can use their AI, so it does auto scoring. I'm rubbish at maths, terrible at maths, so that always makes it slower and stuff. You throw the dart at the board, hits the board, 99% of the time it goes 20 or 26. Well, no, you can't get 20, you can get double thing. Anyway, yeah, it would tell you 96. What you hit. It tells you what you need. It counts down for you. The AI is amazing. You could play against Dartbot, so an AI kind of, or whatever it is, computer player. You can do all the practices for free, but most importantly, you can play online against other people. This was really appealing to me. I was playing people from America, all over the UK, everywhere, Germany. Yeah. Some people didn't even speak English. I do try and talk to people now and again. I'm not that nuts, but yeah, I like, hello, good game. But yeah, most people don't want to talk on there. Probably because they know what I'm like. But anyway, so yes, playing online, really fun. Really, I'm a little bit competitive. I like to play someone, even though I'm rubbish. I still like to... Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. You'd find people on there that are your level. So I was doing all right. I was picking people with a similar average to me, winning some, losing some. So it's a really good way to get into darts, get online, play on Dartsmind. There is another app called DartCounter. There's also some other ones. What's that one with the automatic scoring? You need 3 cameras, or I'll go over that after. But yeah, DartCounter is a really good one. That's the biggest probably in the world. And that you do need to pay a subscription, £5 per month. I'm trying to do this all from memory. I told you I'm not going to prepare for this. £5 per month, DartCounter. That means you can play unlimited games against other people. So that is cool, but you do need a reasonable setup and you have to do the maths yourself. It's really good if you want to play for a pub team, which is my aim, by the way. I should talk about my aims in a minute. But that's my aim, is to get as good enough to play in a team. So yeah, DartCounter, good for maths. Play other people, stick a camera on so they can see your camera. There's no fun playing people if they haven't got a camera. And same with 60. You, cheat. So get a camera set up. So those are the 2 apps. So where was I? Why did I get into it? Found the app, started playing. Okay, in this episode, I'm going to just talk you through my quick fire tips to getting set up. So number 1, picking your dartboard. Now I made the mistake, and I call it a mistake. For me, it was a mistake. I went and bought a 25 quid dartboard from Sports Direct. Sorry, I just had to check I was actually recording then, because I can't see that I'm actually recording. And I just thought, I've wasted all this time chatting. Right, back. Dartboard. Sports Direct. Went to Sports Direct, paid 25 quid, bought a board. The board had the chunkiest friggin' wires on it. And I used to get loads of bounce outs. And I thought that was the norm. But no, it turns out, I was thinking, God, these professional players are really good. They never get bounce outs on the stage, or really, really rarely. No, it's because I bought a cheap board with massive thick wires. So my number 1 tip for buying a dartboard, don't go to a sports shop and just buy a cheap one. Do a bit of research, but I'm going to tell you my top tips now. So the board I have now on my wall is the Target Tour. It does retail at 70 quid. I know that is a lot of money to buy a dartboard when you're not sure. However, there are loads of other places you can get the same one or similar ones for cheaper. So my first tip is buy a decent dart. Oh my God, I've left the oven on. I'll be right back. Shit. Oh yeah. Ooh, that smells burny. Oh, and there's the burn. Right, coming back. Right, dartboard, Target Tour, really good buy. The other dartboard is the Winmau triple core. It's got like a 116 on the board. Really nice dartboard. That retails at 80 quid. So you've got that one, you've got the Target Tour. The other 2 I want to mention, I've got them on my screen. The Unicorn, the Eclipse Ultra 2. Now I've not played on that one, but it's just been released end of May, and that looks a beautiful board. It has got black wiring, so that kind of looks sexy, but I've heard there are issues playing it online using, I think, is it Scolia or anyway, one of the fancy auto scorers. So, but no, beautiful board. And then the fourth one I was going to mention, top end one. There's probably, well, there are more. The Precise 180 Endorphin, is that what it is? Endorphin's dartboard? Anyway, it's a beautiful board, really nice. So those are the top kind of boards I would like to have. I've got the triple core and the tour. But you don't need to spend that much. So here's my tip. Often on Very, they do like a 20% off deal, or you can get 10% off if you sign up. I think, is it Harrows at the moment got 10% off? There's loads of different deals. So keep your eye out for deals where you can get 10% off. Very did 20% off on the Target Tour, so cost 56 quid. And then the other tip is to get a NPQ dartboard, near perfect quality, that stands for. Loads like Winmau do them. So they sell their not quite perfect quality Perhaps there's some colouring bleeding out from the red and green sections. Perhaps there's some kind of not quite perfect, maybe a few dents in the board, etc. But they're still really good boards. Now, if you go to some place, you can buy them online. I think Red Dragon sell them, but you don't get to pick what type you get. So you get lucky. It's luck of the draw. You could get their 80 quid board, you could get their Blade 6, which is like a dual core board, or you could get a single core board. So it's luck of the draw. However, there are some places that actually will check the boards out, price them up accordingly, and sell them as a triple core NPQ board. The only place I know of, the place I went to was Smart Darts in Cwmbran, who have piles of them, and they say 40 quid for the triple core, retail price 80 quid, so that's a massive saving, and then 32 for the dual core. So that is a really good way of getting your first dartboard and still paying a 30 to 40 quid price. So that's what I did. What I did, I bought the cheap one from Sports Direct and then lasted about 2 months, and then was like, I'm gonna buy a tour, and then I've never looked back. I do have the triple core as well, which is on the other side of my house. Both are brilliant boards. I can't really say much between them. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to stop talking. Coming up in my next Dart Diary entry, I'm going to talk about my darts, what darts to buy as a beginner. I'll give you a quick sneak peek of my darts now, which I have spent way too much money on. My other half is pulling their hair out at what I am doing, but as I say, I am addicted. So yes, please stay tuned for my next episode. Here's the boring bit. Okay, so please follow me on my social media and like my YouTube account, and is it like or something on TikTok? I don't know. Follow me on TikTok? I don't know. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Happy darting? No, that sounds lame. What am I going to say at the end of my videos? This is more my level. Keep smashing those 26s.